Here at Simply Garden, with over 50 years of gardening experience, I believe in keeping things simple and productive while gardening in your own backyard.
Well, happy fall.
It sure is. Beautiful. Colors are turning and just marvelous. And
October is gorgeous here in New England.
it is definitely, and so are the apples.
So today we are making one of your favorites. I
Yes.
created a lot of this recipe last year.
Because of my request.
Apple turnovers. Okay, this is
Oh,
exciting.
Yeah. we got to test some the other day and they were absolutely delicious.
They were
So-
wonderful. I'm going to do this recipe on a Heston Q. I have it from blogging. This recipe will work perfectly just on your stovetop, but I love this because I can do it right here on the island and show you all.
Want me to start cutting?
So you go ahead and start cutting. For this recipe, it's actually super easy. If you do what he's doing, he's cutting the top and the bottom of the apple off.
Okay.
Then go ahead and peel that.
Just peel it.
Peel
Okay.
it.
All right. Got it.
And then you want your apples nice and diced. So I don't see a lemon, so I'm gonna grab a lemon here.
Oh, sorry about that, folks. The prep guy, me, missed that one there, but that's all right. We got plenty of lemons.
We got lemons.
Someday we're going to do a recipe of how we use lemons for our
There we go.
different jams. That'd be an awesome thing to use. You're looking for a container to put it in.
Here
All
you
right.
go.
There we go.
So go ahead and dice up those apples.
Okay.
And you want them pretty little. If you remember the way I had them
Yes.
in the turnovers,
If I
they're
get-
nice and bite-sized.
If I get the seeds.
No seeds. So while you do that,
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and squeeze a half a lemon.
All right.
And perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and put just about a tablespoon of lemon juice in our container, and that's gonna just keep our apples from browning and add a nice little light flavor.
I'm a good chopper. Grow a lot of vegetables in the garden, and it's nothing like having your own celery and carrots and peppers and onions. So I enjoy this. No, I did not grill these apples.
You don't need to do them that small.
Oh, too
It's a
small?
little small.
Okay, is that all right?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
A
Getting
little
carried
more
away there.
uniform.
More uniform.
Because if you're not uniform,
Okay.
some are gonna get mushy,
Oh,
some are not
okay.
gonna cook
So we're
as
still
well.
learning. Still learning. All
So
right.
you need to go a little more uniform. Sorry,
Okay.
Dad. While we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and preheat our oven to 400 degrees. Excuse me.
There we go. Is that a little better?
Yes. Hold on. Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. How do we do this? There we go. Okay, so that's going to 400. Okay, how's that coming? It looks
Good.
great.
Yep, I'm sitting there. Yep.
Wonderful.
Get rid of that there.
So we're gonna go ahead and preheat the our skillet. We're just gonna get that started nice and, if you're doing this on a regular burner, around medium heat will work great. So let's go ahead and get this fun thing started.
So what is this thing? It's a
It's a Heston Q.
Heston
It's an
Q.
induction burner. It's a smart burner. It comes with a really cool app that tells the burner what to do. It's pretty nifty. I actually will link a blog post here where I talk all about this if you're interested. But like I said, you can just do this right on your stove. So while you go ahead and do that, I am going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. And once this is heated up, I'm going to go ahead and melt our butter. Oh, it's looking great.
You're looking good, all right? Okay. Usually I get the old apple peeler, crank it, comes out the thin slices, you know?
This recipe doesn't need it that thin.
No, it doesn't. No.
This is going to go ahead and melt away.
All right. This is called high-tech cooking, I guess, huh, guys? Uh-oh.
I forgot to, we have to mix our ingredients for our apple spice before we get too carried away here. Oh my goodness, hold on. Prepare the apples. So you're going to cut up the apples like we did.
Okay, we're good?
So go ahead and put that in with our tablespoon of lemon.
Lemon's juice is already in
Lemon
there?
juice is in there.
Okay.
And then to that, we are going to add a teaspoon and a half of flour. Now, this recipe you can easily double. What we're doing is gonna make 4 turnovers.
Okay.
If you wanted to, you can double this and make 8.
So you just took 4 apples instead of 2.
Exactly. So we have our 1.5 teaspoons of flour.
Okay.
And then we have a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then we always do fresh nutmeg in this house.
Oh yeah. So show them how you grate
Give me
it.
a little grater. I'm gonna link this up. I think I've linked it up before.
Yeah.
We've used this thing in almost all our recipes that we've done here. And I just need about 1/4 teaspoon of grated nutmeg.
So you hold it that way for holding the stuff
And
in
then
it.
I could measure it, but yeah, a little more.
Pretty close.
We're good. Okay, so go ahead and give that a
All right.
stir, please. Now I can go ahead and continue melting this butter.
All right. That's all that goes in this thing?
Yep.
Wow. No kidding. That's easy. Okay.
So our butter is almost done melting. Oh, that looks great.
Yes, I do grow apples, but I had a lot of drops this year, and I use them for applesauce. So we got that already made up, and so I had to go pick it from the local orchard, which is great.
Could you set up a pan for us with a silpat on it?
Sure, absolutely.
Wonderful. That way that's all ready.
Bring it
Okay,
down
so
here.
our butter is melted. And to this, I'm going to go ahead and add the apple mixture. And you're just going to dump it right on in. So like I said, this is about medium heat. Wonderful. And then to this, I'm going to add our sugar. So I have here a 1/4 cup of white sugar, a tablespoon of brown sugar.
You got silk pads set up. These are
Wonderful.
well-used silk pads. We make a lot of cookies in this house. They're awesome for making cookies.
And a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay.
All right.
And we're just going to stir this up.
Wonderful.
And then you are going to bring this to a simmer. And you know, it's pretty amazing. I thought the first couple times I was making this, I was going to burn my sugars. But the apples release their juices so quickly that you're going to be fine. And then we're going to go ahead and cook this
Smells really good, by the way.
on this medium heat for about 8 to 10 minutes. And you don't need to stir it continually. Just stir it every 2 minutes or
Okay.
so. This has been cooking away beautifully, and this recipe almost makes like a caramel sauce
That looks beautiful.
around
Oh,
the,
yeah, show them. It's
Oh.
Isn't that awesome?
and it smells heavenly.
Here, turn like this out.
Okay,
There we
I know,
go.
I don't want it all falling out.
There
So,
we go.
this
Nice.
has about 2 minutes left to cook. I've not changed
Okay.
the heat at all. We've just been letting the apples soften. So we're gonna give that the 2 minutes, but if you could go ahead and unwrap,
Yep.
we have 1/2 of a package of puff pastry. So 1/2 a package is gonna make 4. If we had doubled this, it would use your complete, both rolls that come in the package. So for this,
Wow, look at this here. You just lay it out like this.
lay it out.
Take the little things out. Oh, there goes. Oven's ready.
And then if you could just cut that in half this
Okay,
way and then
alright.
in half that way. And while you're
Okay.
doing that, I'm gonna make our egg wash. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take an egg. I only need the egg white.
Well, this makes it easy for someone to roll up the dough and make the dough. You know. Is this
And then,
Pillsbury?
yeah, I think it
This
is.
Pillsbury, yeah.
Yep, I've had good success. I've gotten it at Trader Joe's before. I've gotten it at Whole Foods.
Oh, the grocery store.
Okay, so to our egg white, I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of milk.
Okay, you need a bowl of what? Good. So mix that up.
Just need a good old trusty fork.
There you go.
And that's all. So this is going to be used as our glue to seal the corners.
Okay.
And then also brush it, and it's going to give that golden
Nice.
topping.
All
So
right.
this has about 45 more seconds to go. It is just getting, the apples are getting soft. The caramel
smells so
sauce
good.
around it. Oh, it is so good.
So is this gonna hang in the middle then, basically?
So we're gonna go ahead and just put a little dollop of the filling. We're gonna
Okay.
divide it equally. It really
Alright.
works perfectly for four.
Get your large spoon for that.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so this is finishing up, and to this, I'm just gonna add a pinch of salt at the very end to finish this off. And we are good. Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah, all right.
And that
Does it?
is done.
Cool. Look at that, huh?
Oh, you guys. It is. Oh, it's
So this
amazing.
smells so good. Oh, my land. Oh,
Okay.
wonderful.
So we are gonna evenly divide this
Okay.
amongst those four.
I'll start scooping on.
Wonderful. And then I'm gonna use one of these little pastry brushes. We like the silicone ones now. They're so much easier to clean. And I'll link this one up as well that we love. I think Mom got it for me as a gift one year as well.
There you go.
And we're just going to,
I got this all the way
yeah,
there.
go ahead.
There we go. All right.
This looks so good.
Beautiful.
Now here's another great thing you can do with these. Once you have folded them, like I'm gonna show you, brush them with the egg wash and everything, you can throw them right in your freezer. I go ahead and freeze them on the pan first, and then I just will wrap them in like plastic wrap and store them in a Ziploc bag. And you can just pop these out, defrost them like overnight in your fridge, put them right in your oven, cook them the same way. Dad,
Okay.
that is great.
Awesome, huh? All right.
Wonderful. So I'm gonna actually switch sides with you here.
Okay.
I'm taking, and I am just going ahead and brushing the edges. So this way,
Okay.
they will seal. And we're gonna actually use our same fork to crimp it. And then I'm just gonna kind of stretch it and bring it over.
Well, that's easy, huh? Look at that. Wow.
You know, it kind of makes a little bit of a mess, but it works. And then to this, I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this part
Yeah.
right on the pan. And I am just crimping
Okay.
the edges.
How about I crimp while you move them over like that? I'll show them how this at the end. We'll pop the thing
Go
up there.
ahead.
So basically it's like this here.
Yep, you really want to get a seal though, because
Yep.
if you don't,
It's gonna ooze
it's all gonna
yeah.
ooze out. And a little, you're gonna have a little
Yep.
oozing. Sounds so gross. You're gonna have a little bit of it coming
All
out.
right, there we go.
But that is great, Dad.
All right, how good of a crimper can I be, huh?
Come over with a second one.
All right,
And I'm just kind of stretching it ever so slightly
you want to
to
tear.
make a nice little bubble in the middle where all your filling is. And I am just bringing that, stretching it and bringing it right down. There you
All right.
go.
It is soft, you gotta be gentle with it here. So,
I have been keeping the puff pastry in the fridge because if it does get too...
now do you want to refrigerate this a little before we put it in the oven?
You know, Dad, I did that with our last batch. I did half refrigerating it a little before
Uh-huh.
and half putting them right into the oven. There was no difference.
No difference, okay.
So why are we gonna wait?
Yeah, then sometimes with pies you do that.
Yeah, not the...
Like, you know, if we do the pumpkin pie, we refrigerate the crust before you put the filling in, but you won't do it. Don't need to.
Okay. So there's that one, and we have one more over here.
So what's the plans for next week?
I don't know, we've not talked about it.
Well, we got pumpkins. We've been talking about pumpkins. Grew my own sugar pumpkins, and we can show the people, the folks that enjoy watching us how to make pumpkin filling.
Love
How
it.
simple that is.
Okay, here's
And
our
then
last
then we can
one.
roll right into either pumpkin bread or pumpkin pie.
And can I just interject?
Yes,
Mess.
that's right.
You have to have
mess
fun in
it.
the kitchen.
Absolutely. You can
Especially when you're with me. If you watched our last video, you heard that whole story.
There you go. That's right.
Okay,
That's
Dad,
right.
perfect
Yeah,
crimping.
go back to watch the one with the pear tart.
Oh,
It's a good
yes.
story on there.
Okay,
There
so I'm
we
gonna go ahead and finish. I'm making a royal mess.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
go ahead and
There you
finish
go.
brushing these, and you really want to brush these well. That's what's gonna cause these to have a golden, shiny top. So we're just gonna kind of, you know, to be honest, we're just slopping it on.
Yeah. Look at that. Huh? Beautiful.
Okay.
Load it up.
Oh yes, and our oven is ready. We are gonna go ahead and bake these for 15 minutes. But one last thing before we bake
Yes.
them, so you wanna take some coarse sanding sugar and just sprinkle that all over the tops of these babies.
Nice.
It's gonna add full sweetness, but it's also gonna add like a crunchy coating. So,
So how you like having your tarts with
whipped cream.
whipped cream?
Yeah, your ice cream, aren't
I
you?
do both.
You're both.
Hey.
With caramel sauce on top if you have it.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
We don't have no caramel sauce though. You have to show how to make caramel sauce.
Make caramel
someday.
sauce, but it's
Yeah.
not from the garden. It's just an
But you
add-on
do
to
the-
garden
But
things.
you do the caramel honey sauce with the bees, the honey from the bees.
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like from the
I'll put
garden.
that link down here too, so if you want to just make it to add to this.
Yeah.
Okay, 15 minutes, they're gonna come out golden brown and we'll be back to show you.
There we go. Oh,
Look
wow.
what I have. Wonderful.
Aren't
Well,
you nice?
yours is of course the one with the ice cream.
And the whipped cream together.
This one's
Mm.
mine.
Look at that.
Here
Thank
you
Linda.
go.
Look at that, you kind of serve us.
Mom.
Enjoy.
Yeah, thank
Well.
you. Awesome. Look at this, huh?
Oh,
Wow.
these are so good.
Well, you know, if it was a way to have flavor taste on YouTube, we'd be a millionaire tomorrow.
Oh, I can't cut this. Hold on, we're just gonna go off.
Oh, look at this. Manners, huh? Yeah. Anyways, this has been great. Very simple recipe.
I'll go ahead and put the link to the blog post right below so you can make this for your family. And we'll see you next week. We're going to be doing this on a more weekly basis now. So be sure to check in, subscribe
Yep.
to his YouTube channel,
Thank you.
and
Yes, we have more gardening things coming up. We'll be talking about planting garlic pretty soon. And showing about the grapes that we harvested. So a lot of good things coming down. Even though it's fall, the garden still goes pretty long. So a lot of goodies coming up for you all to enjoy.
be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.